cheating in 3D printing. Yeah, that's a debate that's happening. There are two sides to it that I can see, and I'm going to tell you why I'm for it. So first off, why is the term cheating being thrown around in today's 3D printing community? I'm going to go ahead and break it down in two categories, one being the derogatory category and one being a tongue-in-cheek category, where that's where I'll fall in the tongue-in-cheek. Calling a printer cheating is like, it's cheating, but thank you for that. But anyway, let's break it down. I was in a live stream the other day, and I was kind of like just checking out, as I do, because I support all 3D printing community, from builds to just technology to live streams, everything. And in the comment section, and again, I'm not going to call them out, but in the comment section, there was a couple people in there that was just bashing the term, or bashing the 3D printing community and calling it cheating on these next gen printers. These printers that are more smart, they're more automated, not as mechanically inclined, but like digitally inclined. It's doing the leveling for you. It's doing certain things. It's correcting itself on the fly. And someone was using the term cheating in it, and again, as a derogatory term and a negative impact on 3D printing in general. Somebody who I've been in this for 15 years now. Like, really, I've been into 3D printing for 15 years. A long time. I've seen it grow from the ground. I've seen it from, trials and tribulations and all these things. And I myself welcome new innovations and technology, just to the ease of where it's came from. Like what this print, what we had to go through to make this print, good, to what's happening now is like, yes, it's easier. But thank you for being easier. And if you're not kind of growing with that new generational, like I said, the slicing softwares and printing, then I don't want to struggle with this hobby. But there's also, I guess, there's a mindset of a few people who have been in this community for a long time, just like I have too, and are getting a little angry at the point where it's like, we walk through snow and fire and brimstone to get to this point, and people nowadays could just hit a button and have a perfect print. Again, if you're not celebrating that, then you're just being angry for the sense of being angry, and maybe you're not feeling appreciative of your struggle with this hobby. I appreciate it. I like the fact that I came from where I had to tear these things down and build them up from just to get it level. You don't understand the struggle of getting something level, but I celebrate it that I don't have to do that as much anymore with these new printers and new slicing software and new technology. And as it grows and it gets more, the companies start to get more innovative, I'm just like, man, I cannot wait for the day to where I could wake up in the morning and pull that print off and do what I got to do, and move on with my hobby, business, etc. So when they throw out the word cheating, you're cheating. Oh, how dare you? First off, if you're new with this technology or 3D printing, then accept it as like, hell yeah, I don't have to go through all that stuff. But don't let it, don't be so complacent, right, to where you're letting the printer do everything for you. Don't let the slicing software just do everything for you and not know where the mistakes are happening, the failed prints are happening, why the machine is breaking down. And I think that's where, like I said, the derogatory term is coming from, that where people want to be appreciative that they know why this print failed. So, but they're doing it in a little bit angry way. I think it's great to have a printer that will just download a profile and print it. It's game changing in my opinion. I just printed this Tron light cycle, and you probably saw the little short that I made. I didn't do anything with it, but I did have some problems, certain things, but you'll never know that. And you know what? If it's cheating to just download it, print it, and walk away and have nothing wrong with it, then you know what, so be it. But little sidetrack. But anyway, you still should want to understand what's going on in the printer, why the print is coming out the way it is, or a fail or a success. You should understand that slicing software is there, not just to download and send to the printer. It's there to understand all the parameters around it, from layer height to speed to supports to brim to raft. All those things are there for a reason. Don't just take the user's word for it. It's okay to do that in the beginning. Honestly, it's okay to grow into this hobby and just download and print, download and print, and download and print, and let things fail and let things succeed. And then, but start to explore why that failed, even with somebody else's profile, right? Because just because you have a profile that you downloaded and sent to the printer doesn't mean it's good and it's going to succeed all the time. Everything, there's so many different variables that will happen from downloading to printing. So understanding that is going to be absolute key. Okay. On the other hand of the cheating phrase, you know what I mean? The tongue-in-cheek cheating. Like I call it, hey, that's cheating, but you know what? I'm all for it. I am all for it. Like I said, I love the fact that printers nowadays are taking a lot of guesswork out of it and making it easier. I know what's happening as far as the slice. When I see a profile and I look at things like, or even if I'm making my own profile, I could trust that this printer is going to handle these angles, this speed, the filament that I'm putting it in. And so I could almost use default settings and then send off to a printer. And if it's working, I'd leave it alone. Yeah, maybe. Well, unless I can see room for improvement, right? I can see room, like, hey, you want those layer lines a little bit rough, the print's a little bit rough, so I'm gonna work on temperature, nozzle temperature, maybe some retraction, maybe some wall thicknesses to get a desired piece that I want. And in my world, to me, I never say it's good enough. I hate that term. It's good enough because it's always could be better. But there's also a point where you overwork it to the point where now it's that this print is taking 20 hours to print when it could be taking that 3 hours. You know what I mean? And it was good for what it was perfect the way it was, and you overworked it because maybe you heard that running 5 walls and instead of the standard 2 to 3 walls as far as thickness and strength, it was better, but it's causing the printer to overwork or just settings that you don't need when it was perfect the way the default was. I hope that makes sense in a way. But anyway, cheating for the fact that hell yeah, this is cheating. I feel like this, like for example, I have my Bamboo Labs, my Bamboo Lab printers, and from those to my Creality, my CR10s here, it is definitely cheating. My CR10s, I have to work on getting a good print, but once I have it, it's cookie cutter and it progresses. And then I just have to watch the mechanical issues to that printer, to when it starts to mess up in places, I've got to pause and do some maintenance on the printers itself. The Bamboo Lab printers, I mean, there's not much of that. I've had them for a year now, and my first print is exactly like my 1,000th print almost at this time. So in a sense, I'm tongue in cheek and saying, hey, that's cheating. Because it's a better printer, it's a better slicer, it's better filament, everything is going great on these printers. So I am looking forward to the time, I was kind of previously talking about, was like, I'm looking forward to the time of like these printers are taking a lot of the guesswork out of the equation, and I'm going to formulate my hobby and my business around these printers becoming better and smarter and more capable. Instead of fighting it, I will never fight it. I'm going to embrace it and use that to my advantage in this hobby. And so, hell yeah, Bamboo Lab, the Creality, Prusa, all the companies out there, make printers, keep on going, man. And I'm not discouraged. Nobody should be discouraged on better quality printers and better printers, and just in general, we should be using that to our, of course, our advantage and everything, and not being like scared of printers that I have to, take out calipers and measuring sticks and all these things just to level a printer. Those days should be long gone. They should be. And again, if I'm wrong, and if you guys think that this is a technology that's only catering towards plug and play audience, let me know and let's talk about it. I for one am happy about a plug and play option more so as it goes on. I think that's the less time I have farting around with this computer, the printers to get a perfect print, the more prints I'm going to be making, and the more projects I can get done. And let's go, man. What else are we doing in this hobby? It's a hobby / business. Make it work for you. If you're getting into the hobby, know that this is every single day that passes, the 3D printing technology gets better. We're on rapid mode here. It's like, honestly, literally from day to day, a slicing software can have an update that just was completely game changes. A company can put out a printer that is completely game changing, and it's like, it's awesome. And just like I said, I just hope that people that want to get into it, that are getting to it, or have been into it, understand it's beneficial to you to understand slicing settings, but it's also understandable. Like, I understand it, and the printer's doing it for me, and hell yeah, let's go. That means I could print so much more things. I can get into more different kinds of filaments. I can do different kind of printers, what have you. The sky's the limit, honestly. So, cheat away. Companies cheat away slicing software, make it easier for everybody to get into it. And like I said, the ones that get into it and the printer works for a couple days and then it doesn't work and they can't figure out why it's happening. Well, I'm hoping that I can reach those people too, to where it's like, use my channel, use other people's channels to understand settings and all these things, and I don't want you that idle printer. I want that thing going 24/7. The reason why this one's not going is because I don't want the noise. So, but as soon as this is off, I'm clearing that off, and it's printing away. I hate idle printing. So, so I guess to close, I understand both points to it, both sides of it. I am on the more tongue-in-cheek, and like, let's go. I think the more easier, the more people get into it. But also on the other side of it, you got to understand why things are happening, because people get printers and they break on them, and it's going to be a waste of money if they just let it go to the wayside and not understand how to fix it. And that whole term of like, because it's so easy to get into it, it's also easy to make it break, or it's so easy to kind of like forget it too, because you're not willing to put in the information, or the not willing to understand what's going on it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for reaching to the end of this vlog, and many more to come. Like and subscribe. And again, the conversation never stops. We'll have this conversation some more. I'm sure this will keep getting brought up as like I said, day to day, more slicing, more printers come to the forefront and make our lives easier, which should be a thumbs up thing. So again, like and subscribe, and let's go. Leave a comment. I'll see you guys on the next one.